I have something called keratoconus. Essentially what that is it is where my cornea will grow cone-shaped, and it will continue to grow, and it will cause a lot of issues. One of the issues is, number one, I'm essentially blind in this eye. I can't read out of this eye. I can't really do anything out of this eye. But also, this is where the real serious issues come in. There is a layer between your cornea and your pupil, or whatever the colored part is called. As it grows, that little tiny barrier starts to wear away over time, which is incredibly painful once that barrier is gone. Thankfully, there is something called cross-linking, which what that does is it is eye drops that you can put in your eyes. You can have UV light put on them, and it will harden, and it will essentially, I believe it just locks everything in place. So nothing will move anymore, nothing will grow, everything's fine. This is what I understand from what the doctor told me. Not a doctor. I don't take this as exactly what he said if I'm wrong about anything. Now, what originally they would have to do was they would have to essentially cut off your cornea and put a donor one on there. Horribly, incredibly painful. I was watching somebody talk about it, and he was like, it was one of the worst pains of my life. He said that he called the doctor to be like, something must be wrong. I'm in so much pain, and they're like, just thug it out, because that's just what you gotta do. There's no other option. Thankfully, because of where we're at in technology, cross-linking is a thing. And what that does is it stops me from needing the transplant, which in worst cases you do need the transplant. But what also I could do so that I can see again is get sclera lenses. Now, if you guys don't know, I took these off a minute ago. I've tried to redo this video a few times. I wear glasses right now. They help significantly, not with the actual keratoconus, but they at least allow me to see with the eyes that I have, right? So I was fitted for sclera lenses, which was a really interesting experience. They're essentially bigger contacts that are hard. So they're not like soft contacts. You can put them on, you don't feel them, whatever. They're different. So I've never had real normal contacts put on, but I have had the sclera lenses put on. Very odd experience. It immediately fixed my problems. All the issues that I had, all the distortions that I had. I'll talk about what those distortions look like in just a minute. They put them on immediately, I could see. You know what it was like? It was like putting on somebody's glasses that are not your prescription, because they weren't my prescription lenses. But I could see. It was so bizarre sitting in the waiting room with them on, because they had to do some tests and some other things. And I'm sitting there just on my phone reading with both eyes. I've not been able to read out of this eye in so long. So essentially what the distortion looks like. Now, it's gonna be different for everybody. Mine has a tendency to distort downward. I don't know if that's a normal thing. I'm just talking out of my perspective. I'm not like some fancy, like, I'm talking out of my ass here, right? It started with just like, it looked like somebody took it and smeared it down, which I was thinking, it's whatever. Then it got worse, it kept going down, there was more things. It looks like if you took, especially at first, it looks like if you took a bunch of the same thing and you put it in the same spot, you can see through it, right? Very blurry, very weird. Now, if I look at something, I can see it move. I can see my heartbeat in this cornea. It's very bizarre. It is truly like a horrific thing to witness. It's very weird. It's very jarring at first, I should say. I'm used to it now. My family's always taught me, thug it out, thug it out, thug it out. Now, I'm 25 and I'm trying to get my life on track, and so I'm doing everything that I need to do to better my life. And so that means going to the eye doctor and not just sitting with these issues. Now this eye is also doing it. It is not quite as bad. It is a little worse than when I had first started. Yeah, keratoconus is something that if your vision is starting to act weird and you see little weird things in it, go to the eye doctor immediately. Like, I promise you, it will, for me, it escalated in maybe 4 months. 4 or 5 months, I was completely blind. Like, completely. Like, I can't, like, legally, I'm legally blind. I cannot tell anything. Like, I have a little bar light on my camera and I can kind of see the little dots, but they're also mixed up, and I can see like the thing, and then below it and below it and below it, and a bunch of different ones, and somewhere on the side. It's really bizarre, but it's all smeared together and it's odd. So if you have any issues with your eyes, please go to the eye doctor. I am begging